Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Brian's Racing Realm. I am Brian the Blank. Thank you for joining me. And welcome back to the Camaro RUST-OLEUM series. RUST-OLEUM Camaro series. One of these days I'll get these things right the first time. So yes, Camaros back at Phoenix. Roster is the same except for the inside lane, fourth position here. Number 2, John Lane, replaces the number 8 of May Ellis. Both work for the house. Ellis flunked out of Camaros. Lane flunked out of Firebirds. So they each run each of the solo series. Now, few things to address from the Firebird race. Chris Harvey and Jim Carranza were fined $1,000 each for their part in a incident under caution where Carranza slowed down on track to let Harvey by, and Harvey plowed into the back of Minnie Nelson. Both were told if they ever did that again, they would be charged. If they did it again this season, it would become a triple the amount. So if it happens again, it'll be $3,000. And the rest of the roster was given the warning: if anyone else does it, it will be $2,000. Whether they stick to that or not, who knows? But I mean, it's not like these drivers get paid all that much anyway. So let's go talk. Before we get started, let's look at practice. Our top 5 in practice was Skyler Taylor. Well, that didn't last long. Tracy Howell, John Walker, Tony Bentley, and Lynn White. When it came to happy hour, it was Isaac Hernandez, Catherine Harris, Tracy Howell, Wayne Stadler, and John Lane. Lane has been able to show bursts of speed, but not really anything consistent. Qualifying was headed up by, as you see on the pole here, Tracy Howell. The only one who really showed any consistent speed throughout all the practice sessions. So Howell and Pittman are your front row, followed by Hammond and Harvey, McLean and White, Lane and Eckert, Cedric Black, Tyler Gardens, Wayne Stadler and Jim Carranza, Jacob Aronson and Tony Bentley, James Wolfe and Daniel Bardens. Wolfe hoping to not have the same thing happen and have his camshaft simply cease to exist. Then we have Walker and Keene, Hernandez and Harris, series champion Gerard Wilkinson, and rookie Skyler Taylor in a reversal of fortune, starting third from last. And of course the back row, Minnie Nelson and Charles Marshall. What is going on up front? Something's wrong with Davis Pittman. Are you kidding me? How? The car in second for both races has failed to launch with the pace car. Pittman didn't even get off of pit road. He may not, if he doesn't leave pit road, he won't score any points. But he has 75 laps to do that in. Our nice deep red Pontiac pace car And so Harvey and the entire outside line moves up one spot. Tracy Howell will lead him to the green flag, however. We've already started the drama, and the race has just started. These Camaros do handle differently from the Firebirds. They are faster, they are grippier, but the drivers are the same. Nicholas Eckert just... What was that? Nicholas Eckert has been looking for the lead all season and just said, you know what? I'm taking this now. Goodbye, everybody. I think he just passed like 4 or 5 cars. Now the question is, can he hold on to it? Again, 75 laps. Pittman's still on pit road. So up to now, green flag taken by Tracy Howell. Immediately passed by Harvey, who led the first lap. Nicholas Eckert said to hell with everybody and took the lead on the second lap after passing a whole gaggle of cars. Now the field is starting to catch up with Eckert. Harvey goes high in 1. White is given all clear and all daylight to go south. And Willis Harvey goes way high. There's Thomas Hammond, the last of the cars running in the Firebird race. Is that a bet? No. I believe that was a complete failure on the 22. We'll have to check with the race officials once the race is official. However, that immediately puts the 22 in last place with no points. Oh my goodness. And I just remember, and it's just been reminded, the 22 is Davis Pittman, and Davis Pittman is our championship leader currently. By 9 points over Dorothy McLean, yes, but still the current leader is out of this race. Eckert's speed has come back to the mean. Bunch of bright colors at the front of the field here. So much drama to start this race. We're not even 10 laps in. We are 10% though. We are on lap 8 of 75. And the top four, second, third, and fourth have closed in on the leader, Nicholas Eckert. Lynn White has been exceptional all season. Tracy Howell is able to show spurts, and Chris Harvey just has had no luck so far. Thomas Hammond is another one that's a bit luckless. McLean's inconsistent. Keene has had speed, but has lost it at the end of the race. Bentley finally up front. First time in what seems like an age. Garden's having a decent race. Jim Carranza, our first season champion. Currently 10th. Back up front. Whoa! Howell goes way up. Is this going to be a scrape? That's a scrape! And that's lap 10. Going on to lap 11. Somebody is not going to make it to the end of this race. That was just a light tap, but it is a scrape nonetheless. These drivers are going to have to avoid that and manage their tires unless they decide to pit. Pitting is an option. We have full crews here this weekend. Unfortunately, that little scrape might be all it takes for the 7 car to be its balance to be screwed up. And it could plummet down the field now. Or it could make it a rocket ship that goes to the lead and never lets go. We don't know. Eckert and White still battling for the lead. The back of the pack is Season 2 overall champion and second place finisher in the Camaros, Daniel Bardens. Jacob Aronson in the ever disappointing number 6. Likewise, James Wolfe in the 17. Minnie Nelson, who has pretty much been lacking in luck all season. And Skyler Taylor, again, our newest driver to this series. She excelled in the Firebirds, but they don't seem to have the Camaros down quite as well for now. It's still early, and they still have a lot to show. Here's John Lane going way up high. Ooh, Carranza's already got a lot of damage. They've thinned out a little bit up front. And part of that due to Carranza. Carranza took a hit. That 16's hurting. If the sides weren't so flared out, you'd say it was crabbing, but no, that's how it normally rolls. Tyler Garden's currently in 10th. Carranza currently 11th, but how long will that last? Harris, Stadler, Marshall, all past winners. Stadler and Marshall winning at... Well, Stadler winning at this track. Marshall a winner at other short tracks. I wish we had the tech to go side by side so that we could watch the leader and watch these other battles, because there's a lot going on track right now. Just managed to catch that. That's the 5 and the 21 in trouble. Are we already having trouble with tires? What have we run before? At some point, Eckert was passed that lap. Looks like we're back to the mean. Damn it. Sorry. Lynn White, your new leader. I guess we can do a rundown. Lynn White, your leader. Nicholas Eckert in second. Chris Harvey currently third. Thomas Hammond fourth. Tracy Hell scrubbed the wall, currently fifth. Drew Keenan sixth. Dorothy McLean is seventh. Tony Bentley 8th, John Walker 9th, Tyler Gardens in 10th, a damaged Jim Carranza in 11th, Catherine Harris 12th, Charles Marshall 13th, Cedric Black 14th, Isaac Hernandez 15th, and a blowing up Minnie Nelson currently 16th, but about to lose that. Why did the 11 not go into pit road? Hopefully they can make it around, because if the 11 stops on track, that will be a massive penalty incurred. Hopefully everybody's able to get past. This could get dicey. Looks like everybody's checking up a little bit. Nelson will make it, but how much more damage has been done to that car? That's most likely race over for the 11. Again, we'll get an official incident report at the end of the race. Lynn White walking away from Nicholas Eckert. Hammond got past Harvey for third. Keene and McLean going after it in their machines. I'll stop there. Ooh, a little wiggle for McLean. Bentley and Walker going after each other. Carranza, damaged, has managed to get past Tyler Gardens. Or more or less, probably Gardens screwed up enough for Carranza to take advantage of. Although I say that, and there's the 5 that's made up quite a few positions. Maybe the damage isn't as big of a deal as I thought it would be. 45 has no speed right now. We'll see how that holds up in the course of the day. We're over a third of the way through this race. Wow. This race is moving fairly quickly. Hammond has some speed. Eckert's early race heroics, got him the lead, has kept him in position, but this may be the point where that 18 just falls off. Looks like the 3 actually hits somebody at some point. May have caved in a rear end. Short track stock car racing. It's a thing. And even amongst that, Phoenix is its own thing. And for some reason, Taylor just has nothing. Looks like they may have even scrubbed the wall once. In fact, yep. I can see the gaps in the bodywork. They're in the hood and the fender. The dent in the side, yeah. 45 hit a wall, and it's just not going well. Meanwhile, Lynn White is happy as a clam. To win here would almost absolutely put him back on the top of the driver's ranking, and would be his second win of the season. Might actually surprise you that we've only had, I believe, 3 multi-race winners within a season. One was Jim Carranza in the first Camaro series. The other one, I believe, was either Charles Marshall. Actually, I believe the other one was Charles Marshall. And I want to say Dorothy McLean. But I could be wrong. The field has started to spread out just a little bit. I am expecting a caution of some sort at some point. But it does not seem to be... Ooh, there's a charge to the inside or outside. I think Walker's in charge of this battle. Walker was able to hold on the outside for 8th. Jim Carranza is still 10th. Stadler has fallen all the way back to 21st. Taylor just crossing the line. Here's White going into turn 3. It seems like the 9 is pulling away. Walker denies Bentley again at the line. Thought I heard a few more scrapes. Keane has lost track of how something's got to give. I think we may actually see pit stops. I don't think we should. If I remember right, fuel should be right at... No, we should be good on fuel. What I don't know about is the tires. Can the tires go that far? Eighth, 9th, 10th, looks like 11. Key, no, that's Gardens. Gardens misses the wall. But we're single file back to 14th. A lot of people have looked to the outside for progression, but no one's been able to do it like Eckert did. And I think it's only because Eckert got it early. King catches back up to Howell and overtakes for 5th. On lap 41. We are more than halfway there, people. In fact, at what point do the drivers say, alright, we're done playing around, let's go? Hammond looks to have fallen off. Harvey going on the outside. Has room. Is in the wall. Excuse me. Is in between the wall. So Hammond can't use that high line. Hammond just drives Harvey higher. Will that backfire? No. Harvey will back out of it in time. But Keane is able to take advantage. And Keane will go to the inside of the 3. Possibly bringing the 7 with them. Everybody's clear. Harvey looks outside of Keane, but immediately backs out of the throttle. Camera. That was a 14 going way high into 4. Excuse me. It's 1, 2, dog leg, 3, 4. Don't. It's confusing enough. Well, Dorothy McLean deciding to wall ride a little bit. There seems to be a sharp decline in speed. Honestly, this may just be what it is. Hammond retakes 3rd and pulls away from Keane and Harvey. Keane and Harvey go at it again. Battle for 4th. All while there's a battle for 6th as well. You can pass on this track. It's just not the easiest. Of course, if you mess it up and you end up going high, you're messing a lot of things up. And somebody has just caused a caution. Oh no. Tony Bentley in the 23. Tracy Howell in the set. Okay, well, we know where it starts, most likely. Wayne Sadler in the 21. Well, maybe, maybe not. That might be a glitch. Doesn't look like it, though. And this will be pit stops. Sorry, I'm trying to take better notes. So, we're going to have to... Yeah, it's a glitch. It was a visual glitch. Okay, so, while we're waiting on this to happen, let's take a look while we're under caution and see what happened here. Lap 46 of 75. Oh no, Hal lost the engine. Hal lost something and couldn't get off the track fast enough. Are those two the only... That could very well be the case. They're the only ones that got hit. That would be amazing if that was the case. I mean, bad for Howell and Bentley, sure, and ironic that it's the two yellow cars that managed to find each other. Let's take a look at spectator mode. Now 7 gets trying to go low, and 23 just has nowhere to go. Forgive me. Don't. Wrong way. Okay. So we're going to hold the camera here. 1 scrapes, 5 scrapes, a few others scrape along the back wall. But amazingly, yeah, no one else involved but the 7 and the 23. That's, well, it sucks for the 7 and the 23. Bentley needs a good race. Howell is capable of a good race. But now we have a 20, yeah, 25, yeah, because this is lap 50. It's going to be full 25 laps. We've already surpassed the race distance of the first 2 seasons at 47 laps per. So we're going to get a 25 lap shootout here in Phoenix. Now that said, how will the field handle it? Lynn White first, Nicholas Eckert second, Drew Keenan third, Thomas Hammond fourth, Jim Carranza up to fifth after pit stops, not well done, Charles Marsh sixth, Dorothy McLean seventh, John Walker eighth, Catherine Harris ninth, Gerard Wilkinson currently 10th. As Lynn White leads us to the green flag once again. Kane looking to the inside of Eckert immediately. McLean looking to the inside of Marshall immediately. Both green cars are getting forced to the outside. However, Eckert has already shown that they can do it. And Eckert, on fresh tires, is looking to do it again. The only problem is, White is one of our strongest drivers in this league. And he's not just going to let anybody fly by. We may actually have a race here, though. I was about to say, was there a caution? No caution. Trick of the light. The 9 seems to have the first 2 turns down so well. Then 3 and 4, Eckert, if he doesn't have anybody on him, seems to roll through better. Even then, he had more momentum coming out of 4. Keen's there as well. Top 3 have split from the rest of the field. Well, had. Keen has to jump on the brakes and falls back in the clutches of Hammond and McLean. Apparently Taylor did take damage. Somehow, I'm guessing, got brake checks. We'll take a look later. Well, the 45 is now running without any front body work and appears to be running a little bit faster. Keane is way up high. McLean is way up high. Hammond down low, taking advantage. Noses out Keane for third on that lap. Eckert and White still battling it out. And now the field has started to catch up. Well, up until Keane can't handle it. And Hammond is on his way up. We are on lap 58 of 75. Keane back to fourth. Keane chucks it into four. Keane chucks it into three, recovers it in four. Hammond is going for the lead. Eckert takes the lead on that lap. Another one that we'll show later. And Hammond goes to the inside of Eckert. White falls back to third in the span of a turn. Lap. I'm getting overexcited. Eckert finds enough grip to pull away. But now everybody is pushing hard. McLean's scraping the wall. We've still got 16 laps to go. There may be a bunch of cars that don't make it to the end of this race. Something happened to 17. Something happened to 45. Eckert up high. Seems to be making time, but it's hard to tell. Hammond and White close in hot and heavy. Ten gets a little boost off the nose of the 9. The 18 is still going on that higher line and is able to make it work. Could this be it? Could this be the triumph of Nicholas Eckert? Chris Harvey back down to 10th. We may lose that spot to Harris. Excuse me. 9th. He's trying to pass Harris forward. Whoa. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Walker's 8th. Harvey currently 9th. Harris was 9th at the line but has fallen back. Wilkinson is currently 10th. And Harvey's about to get passed the same way. Keane has thrown their nose in it and is actually giving a draft boost to Hammond. Almost throwing Hammond into turn 1. He's got to hold it. He's got to... Hammond will hold it this lap, and he'll take the lead. New leader, Thomas Hammond. 11 laps to go. Lynn White, forced outside, fighting back on the outside. with McLean, no man's land. How did they not just wreck right there? Eventually White has to give it up. Keene is in third still. But now it's McLean in fourth. Carranza to the inside to take fourth. Marshall is up to sixth. Where did he come from? Lynn White's trying to scramble back up from seventh. And Gerard Wilkinson's in eighth. Carranza in that damaged 16. Up to third. I think the tires may be worn off on the 24. That or everyone else decided it's time to go. Because we are 8 laps this time by. Eckert got back past Hammond to retake the lead with 8 to go. As per usual, when I'm unable to catch these lead changes, we'll just go through, because we have footage of all of them, and we'll bring them to you in one package. Skyler Taylor not having a good day. Last among those running. Missing the entire hood and front bumper. Keene is retaken third from Carranza. White is back up to fifth. Just as Wilkinson dives underneath, there's Tyler Gardens. Where did he come from? This is the battle for position right now. Eckert has enough gap on Hammond that it's not really an issue at the moment. However, we have a battle for 5th and technically a battle for 7th through 10th. And with Walker there, that becomes 11th. White wants more positions. White wants to lead this race, or leave here as the points leader without any argument. And I believe they will, but they don't want to leave it to chance. People are sliding these cars around, trying to find more grip, trying to find more speed, trying to get an advantage. Things have gotten very interesting in this last part of the race. We are 4 laps to go. Here in Phoenix, Wilkinson throws it into turn 1 and is going to pay the price. The top 3 are pretty much running by themselves. Carranza has to put the brakes on. Gives White the open opportunity to just sail by on the inside like he was nothing. Lynn White back up to 4th. Carranza down to 5th. Tyler Gardens take 6th on track. He was crossed the line in 7th. And now all of a sudden Wilkinson is losing speed. Hammond went to the high side. Didn't work. 2 laps to go. There is so much going on. There goes Gardens up high. I think Hammond may have lost track of where he was. Keene is now trying to take that spot in 2nd. However, we are on the last lap. We are on the last half a lap. And it would seem as though It's time. Nicholas Eckert, come and get what's yours. Nicholas Eckert wins at Phoenix. A well-earned win. Hard fought throughout the day. Drew Keane finishes second. Thomas Hammond finishes third. Lynn White fourth. Tyler Gardens fifth. Charles Marshall sixth. Carranza falls back to seventh after all said and done. Gerard Wilkinson in eighth. John Walker in ninth. Chris Harvey manages to save a top 10. There's a lot of banged up race cars out here today, and a few that are already on the trailer. However, Nicholas Eckert with a performance Whew. What a race. As is customary, I will be taking a quick break. However, our production crew has already been gathering up the film for the race leads, and that will be what you are seeing next. We will reconvene once that's done and go over the official results and the championship implications, because there are some. Good grief, are there? So here's what happened to 22. And by extension, the damage on the 3. Unfortunately, the official reason given for the 22 is simple retirement. They couldn't figure out on pit road what the problem was, so that was the end of that. And because of that, it's well, because they can't find any obvious problems, it means they probably don't have one. But they do have an obvious problem. They missed out on points. It's been decided to give the team their money for showing up, but the fact that they're out of the points is devastating. So, as I said, Tracy Howell had the pole. Turn 1. Chris Harvey takes over. Nicholas Eckert on the outside, currently scored 5th. Decides, no, that don't work for me. So, I was mistaken. Harvey didn't even lead a lap. He led a turn. Eckert took over and led for a good portion of the race afterwards. Wow. What a move. 5th to 1st in basically one turn. Shows you how much Eckert wanted it today. "18 laps later, Eckert's still in the lead. Lynn White has been hounding him for 10 laps easily. Gets to the inside. And of course, Lynn White, being as strong as he is, just outmuscles the 18. Little blip on the throttle. And the 9 takes over on lap 20. Lap 19, excuse me. Into lap 20. Nine would then lead, I believe, all the way to pit stops. In fact, yes, White did lead to the yellow flag, through the pit stops, and back out the other side. However, unlike the first run, Eckert didn't let White get away. He neither did the 10 here. Hammond was a surprise. But here you see Eckert just drive right by the 9 on lap 58. But it set Hammond up perfectly to take that spot away as well. So, lead change number 3, Nicholas Eckert. A few laps later, with Drew Keane in assistance, Hammond gets the aero boost to get ahead of the 18. Nicholas looking to the inside, but was not able to move him that lap. And on lap 64, Hammond became your 4th leader. Though not for long. Hammond goes high. Eckert goes low. At the line, yes. But then Eckert just decides, no, I'm not stopping. Takes the lead going into the turn. And at that point, never looks back. Hammond gets a little bit closer here just because he lets off the throttle, but this is the lead change for the race. New leader number 5, Nicholas Eckert. 3rd separate lead of the evening. And that would be the final lead change. So what happened to Taylor for the nose of the 45 to be completely gone? Excuse me? I'm not sure how to judge that. I think that the stewards are questioning it as well. Now, due to the damage issued to the 45, that car will be mandated to have its body reskinned again. And that may be its own punishment because the 21 didn't really do anything. Of course, neither did the 45. But there may be a penalty handed down because that was a failure to control speed. Not as severe as Harvey's, but I'm not sure. I may have this one may have to be consulted as a racing incident. We'll find out with the next events because this is going to take a little bit of discussion. As I mentioned, unlike last time where the decision was pretty cut and dry, and actually the league reps were talked down from penalties, they're not even sure if this is worth a penalty or if it was misjudgment from because it was a rookie and they just hit a corner. So we'll have to wait until the next event at Texas Motor Speedway to find out. So to stay tuned for the Firebirds at Texas. Now, what are the implications in today's race? Well, I'll tell you what the implications are. Let's go through the official standings first. Your winner, Nicholas Eckert. Drew Keenan second. Thomas Hammond third. Lynn White fourth. Tyler Gardens in fifth. Charles Marshall sixth. Jim Carranza seventh. Even as damaged as the 16 car was. Same with the 5 with Wilkinson in eighth. John Walker in 19th. Chris Harvey in 10th. Dorothy McLean 11th. Catherine Harris in 12th. Bad thing about having so similar names. Daniel Bardens in 13th. James Wolfe in 14th. Slightly better than what they had last race. Jacob Aronson in 15th. Isaac Hernandez 16th. Cedric Black 17th. John Lane, who was up in the top 10 to start this race, once again can't get any speed going and finishes 18th. Wayne Stadler, who was unknowingly spun under caution, didn't really affect this race because he was running at the back anyway, 19th. And Skyler Taylor, after a brilliant showing of Firebirds, just cannot get going at all in the Camaros. No idea why. Tony Bentley and Tracy Howell were eliminated, 21st and 22nd respectively. I thought the 7 went further. Regardless. No, okay, what it is the 7 retired before the 23 did, I believe. Either way, Minnie Nelson in 23rd had an engine failure. They will have to do a full teardown on that. However, the fact that they were able to get it to the pits means that it should just be a repair, not a replacement. And Davis Pittman, they have no clue what it was, so unfortunately for that 22 crew, that's going to cost a lot because they're going to have to go through a full inspection on that car with BRR personnel all over it. What does that do for the points? Well, I'll tell you what it does for the points. Your former leader, Pittman, is now down in 11th. With the way that the system would work, if even a single point would have been within the system, however, did not start, did not gather any points whatsoever. Your championship leader is Lynn White. Drew Keene currently 2nd. Dorothy McLean 3rd. Charles Marshall 4th. Catherine Harris 5th. And then there is a massive jump to Hammond. Eckert, who is the last... No. I didn't fix this chart yet. Hammond, Eckert in 7th. Walker and Gardens, who are tied in 8th and 9th. Which, in this league, Gardens is the... I believe Gardens would be the higher of the two, because they both share a 5th, a 9th. Their third best finish of the season is the difference maker. So Gardens in 8th, Walker in 9th, Wolf in 10th, Pittman 11th, Hernandez and Wilkinson and Carranza all tied for 12th. And then 15th is Harvey, 16th is Bentley, Stadler in 17th, Tracy Howell in 18th, Jacob Aronson 19th, Daniel Barnes in 20th, John Lane in 21st, Cedric Black in 22nd, Minnie Nelson a dismal 23rd, and Skyler Taylor 43 points, first event, and it's not great. Now, what I was trying to convey was that I hadn't exactly updated the reference material I have for this, for my notes here. Your divisions for 1 race, 2 race, 3 race, 4 is 9th place, 9th and 10th place for 1 race. And then at 138, that would be 22nd and 23rd for 2 races. Meaning Nelson is 3 races out. And unfortunately now Taylor is over 4 and into the 5 range, just because how badly it went. Almost the opposite situation with how the Firebirds went, which is staggering. However, that will be it for me today. If you enjoyed this and want to join in, there is a link in the description below to the Brian's Racing Realm Discord. Come take a look. Come say hi. If you have an opinion on the incident with Skyler Taylor, please leave a comment in below the video. Maybe it'll be taken into consideration. Depends on how soon I get it. If I get it in 2025, I'm going to have to ignore it. You know, common. Just a little common thing there. Yeah. However, that'll be it. I am Brian. Thank you for joining me in my realm. I do hope you enjoyed this race. And until next time, stay safe, everybody. We'll be racing at Texas Motor Speedway for round 5. Hope to see you there. Goodbye, everybody.